Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Love and Astrology Night. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Taurus full moon. I am going to be reading for the collective, and I will offer some free and paid mini readings at the end. Please remember we are multi streaming, so we're on 3 different platforms. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. All right, guys. So I'm going to let everybody come in. I see everyone on YouTube. Hi, Diana, Sherry, welcome. All right, so we're going to talk Taurus full moon, but I know that for those of you that follow regularly, you're probably wondering, like, that's this week, and it is this week. This Taurus full moon will be here on the 15th, and I was so focused on really the election, but I was so focused on the 1111 portal. I feel like we didn't talk about the Taurus full moon enough, and I do feel that this energy is very important and will impact each of us individually very strongly. So we're going to talk Taurus full moon tonight. However, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever I decide to do the element readings, when we do our marathon day, right? We're going to be looking at the week after the full moon. So we're going to be looking at the week of the 17th through the 23rd. So again, when we go to read for the elements, the 17th through the 23rd is the energy I'll be looking at. And I do want to mention, I'm going to mention it several times through those lives, that the 19th is going to be your biggest cosmic event for the following week, the 19th, because that is when Pluto will be moving into Aquarius, and that is once in our lifetime. We'll never experience this 29th critical degree ever again. Thank goodness, right? In Capricorn. So we'll talk more about that energy again when we do fire, water, earth, and air. So tonight, I really just want us to focus on this very important Taurus full moon. It is the last super moon of 2024, the last super moon. Hi, Michelle. All right, so let me get our little video going up here for everyone. I'm going to talk about 3 main points, 3 very important parts of this Taurus full moon that's coming in again on the 15th. Farmer's Almanac told me it's at 4:28 Eastern time. That's going to be 1:28 Pacific time. So a um, very potent full moon, I would say, because it's really being influenced by several astrological factors, including its connection to Uranus, which we're going to talk a lot about here in just a moment. But I'm actually going to give you 3 very important facts about this specific Taurus full moon. So the first one is Uranus influence. So Uranus is Taurus is ruled by Venus, and it shares a strong connection with Uranus, which is currently actually transiting through Taurus. And it came into Taurus on June 1st of 2024, and it'll actually remain there for about 7 years. So when Uranus transits through a sign, that sign, it kind of like you get to reevaluate that sign's energy or that sign's characteristics. So this full moon may bring some unexpected changes or insights to your values, your finances, and personal security. There may be moments of revelation that prompt you to do some type of reassessing when it comes to those situations or values. The next thing I want to tell you is that you may see some Taurus themes of stability versus change. And this is really big, guys, because this is what you're going to feel the most with this specific full moon. Again, the last super moon of 2024. So that means it is going to be the closest to the Earth. It is going to be one of the 4 supermoons we had in 2024. It really had them pretty much all in a row there for a moment. And again, so the last supermoon. And it's all going to be about stability, comfort, what we feel is our comfort zone, and then versus all of this change that is here. So again, Taurus represents material security and comforts, while Uranus represents or indicates innovation and change. So this means that this full moon is going to be a mix of stability and upheaval. So you want to prepare yourself to reassess your financial habits, your personal belongings, and again, like I said earlier, your comfort zones. You will need to balance between embracing change while maintaining a sense of security with this specific full moon. All right, the third thing I wanted to talk to you about is the aspects of other planets. So the full moon is going to form a trine with Jupiter and Virgo, which is going to amplify your feelings of optimism and growth. And this aspect can definitely encourage us to embrace expansion in our lives and align us to more material pursuits, things that we desires that we want for material things. However, I do believe that it will also we're also going to be receiving this challenge because it's in the square with Pluto. Remember, Pluto has touched every transit right this year in a certain type of way because it was in this critical degree moving from Capricorn into Aquarius, right? And so this is how Pluto is impacting this specific full moon. It's definitely going to be power struggles, deep-seated fears related to any type of transformation or any type of change. So those of you, I feel like kind of stuck in your old ways type of energy, like that could be a struggle. This could definitely be like a little bit of a shakeup with this Taurus full moon. All right, so to wrap it up for you guys, Taurus full moon is going to invoke the need to address your emotional ties to material possessions or financial situations. This is going to be an opportunity for emotional healing and release, especially when it comes to those matters that hinder your capacity to freely adapt change. These releases can ultimately foster a more profound sense of empowerment and self worth. So, you want to prepare yourself to let go of what no longer serves you to pave the way for new growth and stability. You're rebuilding a new foundation. All right, so that's Taurus full moon information. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the free reading that I'm offering tonight. Let me see. I learned how to do something. Let's see if I can do it. Watch this. And then I learned how to pause. Look at that. All right, so this is the free reading that I am offering tonight. It is the Taurus full moon reading. I want to look at what material possessions you can release. And I know you're thinking in your mind, like, no, I don't want to let go of anything. That hoarding type of energy, that energy of I've got to hold on to absolutely everything, is actually what restricts the flow of new things coming in, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit of an example. Amelia had a friend give her some Barbie doll toys, like a box of them. And the other day I walked by her room and she keeps her room pretty orderly for the most part, right? Especially compared to my boys, I would say. Um, but I noticed there was like extra stuff, and I was like, how did extra stuff get in here? And then we were talking about it. We remembered like she got these extra toys. So I told her, I was like, when you get extra toys, you have to go through your old toys and you have to look at like what's in here that I don't play with anymore. What's in here that is just taking up space and I don't use anymore. What's in here that I could give someone else and they may get some enjoyment out of this specific toy, right? So that's kind of what this full moon is asking us to do. And I know I used an example of just some toys, but this is more a financial situation. This is more with your finances, your financial habits, which is really going to be the key for most of us, I think. And your security, what makes you feel like you have a firm foundation, right? So what material possessions can you release? How can you be more authentic in your values? How can you be more clear in what it is that, or the way that you're going to do things and what it is that you want? And how are things shaping up financially? Like, how's it looking for, as we're moving into 2025 financially? And then, of course, the outcome of the Taurus full moon. All right. So the next reading you're going to see on your screen is called Leaving Your Comfort Zone. Again, this is going to be very Taurus full moon um, inspired, right? And I want to look at how you're being called to expand because, again, this full moon is all about moving towards North Node, getting out of that comfort zone, getting out of that I do this all the time this way, so it's just how it is type of energy. That's what's changing. What's keeping you in that comfort zone? What part of you kind of clings on to that energy? How can you help that part of yourself to feel safe? That's going to be key right there. And how will it benefit you going forward if you get out of your comfort zone, right? So that's going to be some tarot, oracle, and of course, some guidance at the end. All right. I do want to mention Pluto one more time because Pluto is moving into Aquarius. And I actually have offered this reading, I want to say since like February. You should be seeing it coming on your screen there. It's called Something Still Hidden. That's what Pluto does, guys. It's definitely like the surprise, that's didn't see that coming. I feel like just the last week alone is a big confirmation of Pluto's, surprise, you didn't see that coming energy. And of course, I am offering our famous twin flame current energy. There's actually a tie. Through the Etsy store, there is a tie this week, I would say. We do have a sale going on, everyone. So, in case you were wondering, we have a 33% sale all the way up until the week I leave for Sandra's. I got some really exciting good news to share about my trip to Sandra's. I'm not sure yet. I need to ask her first, but I want to share that information. But anyway, so the twin flame current energy would be the number one, I would say, picked reading this week since we started the sale. And then what was the other one? Oh, 12th house. Or that's wrong. By houses. The astrology consultation by houses is the second, I would say, most popular purchase read in the Etsy shop. And everyone's picking 12th house, which I love. I remember we talked about it not too long ago. I was telling you, like, if you can really overcome the 12th house, like if you can understand what 12th house means on your birth chart and you can overcome whatever that fear is, it's a hidden fear, right? It's like an under the surface subconscious fear, like nothing can stop you type of energy if you can, dig that deep and get to it. So yeah, the astrology consultation by houses is definitely up there giving the twin flame current energy a run for its money. All right, guys. So collective energy first. Let me get the screen on there. And yes, guys, moderators are in the chat. I wanted to show you guys my new ring. Let me put my coffee. Look at this. My hot chocolate. I don't know where I said coffee. I found this ring on the TikTok, guys. Can you see it? I love it. Michelle says, I have a lot of surprises this week. Kit Kat, hello. All right, collective reading. I did pull out the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So today is 10/10. Tomorrow is 11/11. I hope everyone has been practicing their manifestation routines and techniques. Sandra's took 10 for comfort zone reading. I love it. Sandra, can we tell them about our planned trip, or should we keep hush hush until after? I will say that I'm just like super super excited. There's a card turned upside down in here, I see. Super excited to get to Sandra's for my trip. I feel like I can say it's going to be very restful. I swear I thought I seen a card turned upside down. Oh, she says share. Sandra got us this little cabin for her birthday. I think her sister, it was her sister, right? Got this little cabin for her birthday right on the river, guys. So when I go visit Sandra, we get to stay in the cabin on the river. I'm so excited. I feel like it's going to be exactly what I needed, right? Exactly what I needed. But just some peace and serenity. At first, Sandra was trying to get me to go. Ooh, interesting. Um, I want to say skydiving, but it may just have been zip lines. I tend to exaggerate. It's the Aries in me. Amanda gifted. Yes, so excited. We love you, Amanda. All right, so two cards came out for masculine, so I'm going to pull two for feminine. The growth card came out in reverse. I don't know why. That could just be me. But that's, I mean, I feel like it's going to mean something. Gratitude also comes out for divine masculine. And then assessing and power comes out for divine feminine. I will say this, like I don't really want to talk politics. I feel like we did enough of that last week. But I will say this, I can feel the divine feminine rise that everyone was talking about. Can y'all feel it? It's I think what it is the energy of all the feminine energies in the world, not necessarily just women, coming together for like this common, whatever. So it's like I can feel that and it feels powerful. And it's interesting because you guys know how much I love the TikTok. Like I'm serious, and I know that everything is like an algorithm. I get it. Believe me, I've studied the algorithm robot. Um, but it's like for a while there, like Spirit is always telling me to get off the TikTok or the social media, and we have free will, y'all. You can make your awakening journey as challenging as you would like to make it. So I'm definitely sitting there. This is the level of awakening that I'm at, right? I'm definitely sitting there going, no, Spirit, I'm gonna watch my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, like it's, awakening stuff and I learn things and I get a little bit of information and I go off and I go learn something else. I just found this book in the TikTok shop that has all the ingredients to different self-care, like herbal medicine book. Okay, so all the ingredients, like how you can make it yourself, even has like the dosage, like how much you're supposed to have. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love stuff like that, right? So I would just, I love being on TikTok. But anyway, when the election came, the energy definitely took a dive. It became really negative, really bad. People fighting, arguing, cursing each other. It was like, oh my God. And it literally took over my whole algorithm. And I know people are like, well, it's whatever you like that makes the algorithm come, send you certain videos. That's true to a certain extent. I feel like when there's like these big events, like, the US election or like some type of like, hurricane or, what I'm saying, big event in the world, it's like it kind of goes on your FYP page to everybody, right? And it just kind of takes over. The Spirit was definitely like, you got to get off there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you can't sit here and watch. Like it's just literally, I could feel it pulling my energies down, right? But what I will say is like even though I didn't get to look as much as I wanted to, I did see some videos of women like from all these other countries like coming out and saying, we stand by you and we support you and we encourage you. And it's like talk about collective power. Like oh my gosh, that energy was amazing, amazing, and I still feel it. Like it's still very, very strong, right? All right, let's look at bridging energy. So we have the pleasure card and we have the surrender card. Ooh, I feel like that's what I just got in talking about. Discernment is on the bottom. So what I'm hearing is like spirit doesn't tell us that we can't enjoy life, or spirit doesn't want us to not enjoy life. But there is definitely like needs to be some discernment in what we believe to be high vibrational and what spirit believes to be high vibrational. That could definitely be the energy that's coming in. The full moons are definitely sticking out to me, especially full moon power. So it could have something to do with our own individual spiritual powers, especially with this really specific, powerful full moon. The reason this Taurus full moon is more powerful, I would say, than others, is because this full moon is about material things. As all the others, it's like it's about an action we're doing, or a lesson we're learning, or something we're healing. This full moon is about like something you can hold in your hand. It's a material resource. So there definitely could be like why spirit is being maybe like more strict, or asking us to have this assessing moment, looking back on things moment. The masculine energy is definitely throwing me off. We're going to clarify a little bit because of the growth card in reverse. I normally don't do reversals with my cards. I try to tend to keep them a certain way, and I just try to read the energies, right? So when one comes out, it definitely um, sticks out, right? Oh, I see that list. Thank you, lady. Vanessa says that she has a Taurus moon. We have a fellow PLR member. I don't want to say who, but I just recently did a reading for someone. She got the lunar code reading, and I was doing her lunar code. And of course, it was Taurus um, moon, and I was like, wow, that's super cool, because we're fixing to have this Taurus moon. And I do all this stuff. Like I went and got the chart, I put it all together. When I'm giving you this reading, I tell you a bunch of like pros and cons about the moon sign you have. I go through a compatibility diagnosis between all, your moon sign and all the other 12 signs. And so I have this chart, in my face looking at her chart, and I realize I also go through the aspects, like the biggest aspects. And the very first aspect was sun opposing the moon. And I was like, what? Not only is she a Taurus moon, but she was born on Taurus full moon. What? Like, what? But yeah, super cool, super cool. You guys have definitely been keeping me busy. I mean, Etsy shop, I appreciate you guys so very, very much. That is my foundation for my trip. It is making it a lot easier for me to get my bills paid and make sure that I have enough. I'm really, really excited to go. I feel like 2024, summer of 2024, it's just been, um, I'm ready for a vacation. That's what I'll say. I'm ready for a vacation. All right, here we go. I picked out the Modern Witches Tarot because that's kind of how I feel. We're just over it. We're just over it. All right, so Ten of Pentacles comes out. This is going to have something to do with their achievements or their goals. Temperance comes out. Slow moving energy, Sagittarius. It's also about bringing balance to a situation, and of course, healing. And the Death card is here. Interesting. There's that Pluto energy, Scorpio. This is something like waving the flag, waving the white flag. It's very possible that, so when I seen the growth card in reverse and then the gratitude card, it was like there's this energy where divine masculine could be feeling like it's really hard to be grateful for the challenging lessons, or like it's hard to be grateful for or have gratitude for the little things that have trickled in. Like it's not enough, it needs to be more. It's kind of giving this energy like I worked really hard, I'm only receiving a small amount of something. Ten of Pentacles is like there's this feeling here like you wanted something all at once for the divine masculine, like you thought everything was going to come to you all at once. Like maybe you thought if you accomplished this one thing, then everything would come in. And Temperance is saying like something needs to be balanced out. Something's taking a lot longer than you expected. The Death card is normally like death and transformation. I'm not really sensing any type of resistance to the death and transformation, like you're willing to let go of whatever it was in the past. It's very possible that you already have for Divine Masculine, but it's definitely giving this energy of, like waving the white flag. In the Death card, you see, I feel like people are so scared of this card because they see the people like being trampled underneath the horse. In this specific picture, the person that's being trampled under the horse is this king, and his crown is like laying right next to his head. Like that's how you know that it's the king that's being trampled. And it's like the idea of however his leadership or rulership was, right? And then the people are kind of like they're offering this flower. So it's not like they're in the sphere of being trampled. It's almost like knight in shining armor. The white horse sticking out like someone comes in to um, save something. There is definitely this energy of something's taking too long. And I mean, it's possible that there's something with the masculine energy that needs to be like completely ended, and maybe that's where the white flag needs to come in. It could have something to do with ego. The gratitude card, what sticks out to me is the person in the background seems like an apparition. And then you see these two hands holding each other. One is like this older hand with the wrinkles, and one is a younger hand. So it's definitely giving like maybe grandparent and child, older person and a young child. All right, assessing and then full moon power. With the assessing, I know it could be like, look how far you've come, but I actually feel like you're looking to see where you're headed or where you have to go. Full moon power could be like giving you open vision, clearing up your vision, allowing you to see more into the future. We have Wheel of Fortune, good luck and good fortune. This is Jupiter energy. Knight of Cups and Three of Wands. Interesting. Wheel of Fortune, it's time. It's time. And Knight of Cups is being courageous enough to deliver a message of how you feel. It's also about travel. I always say the Knight is like gives us energy of knights have to travel to unknown lands. So it's like they have to be really courageous. They're always traveling, going somewhere. And it's not always about delivering a message. It's like a lot of times when we say they're delivering a message, we don't realize that they're also expecting communication in return. It's like they want to have this conversation. So Knight of Cups is like you're going somewhere to have this conversation about how you feel about something, right? And then Three of Wands is here, and Three of Wands is like action towards your future. It's definitely like looking towards your future. I will say that Three of Wands is also that card that says your ships are coming in, and it always shows like the ship standing out in front of her. I always kind of make fun of the Rider Waite tarot because the ships are these little black dots, like out in the middle of this sand ocean. It's like, yeah, your ships are coming in, but when? When are they coming in? In the Modern Witches Tarot, you can actually see the ships out there. It does seem like something is very close. I do feel like Spirit's giving you some type of opportunity, maybe with this Taurus full moon, to see something very close in the near future. It could have something to do with traveling. It could have something to do with just sharing your feelings with someone. But Wheel of Fortune is definitely like good luck, good fortune. And I mean, it's Taurus full moon. So I'm definitely feeling like that cha-ching vibe, right? Guys, every time I have my phone set up, I don't really. I should. I should do it again. When I first started and I first opened like PLR in my Etsy shop, I had my notifications on all the time. Now I get so busy that I have to keep my notifications off because, they would just be going off all the time, right? But when I first started my Etsy shop, like whenever you guys would go in and someone would get a reading in the Etsy shop, my phone would go cha-ching. And I could be like in the middle of the grocery store or something, and I'd be like, yay, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely giving that type of vibe right there. So I feel like with the Taurus full moon, Spirit's going to allow you to be able to like look forward. Again, I know it says assessing, so it's like, how did you get here? Where are you going? But this is more about where are you going. I feel like you're going to get some type of opportunity that has something to do with your finances to be able to see like what action, what steps are you taking next. And I feel like it has something to do with that Knight of Cups. So delivering a message, talking about emotions, feelings. All right, the bridging energy, we have pleasure and surrender. So the pleasure card does talk about releasing stagnant energies so that you could make room for good things coming in. And I actually talked about that before we started the collective reading. I do feel like surrender is what's happening. I even made a joke about how we have free will and like, spirit will guide me and tell me like, hey, Rosa, it's, probably better if you come over here and work on this or do this instead of, sitting there watching your TikToks. And I'm like, no, I want to watch this instead, or I want to do this instead. That's our free will, right? Like lightning's not going to strike down through the house because, oh my gosh, Rosa wanted to watch TikTok. But what does happen is I'll watch something I don't need to see, right? It's really important when you're having spiritual awakening. I feel like when you're not awakened, you watch anything. Like I remember watching gruesome movies, like slaughtered people being just gruesome, blood, gore, scary movies about like demons and possessions and you know what I'm saying? Like I just remember watching the murders, the ID channel, y'all, I was one of those people. Like I loved all those murder mysteries. And what is that show? The Next 48 Hours. Like I want to know who killed that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so bad. And I didn't realize like when I was doing it, like I didn't you don't when you're not awake, like you don't realize that you're taking in all of this lower vibrational, everything is energy. Everything is energy. So it's like you don't realize you're taking in all this lower vibrational energy. You don't realize that you're pouring it into your vessel, into your body, into your soul, right? And then you wonder, like, man, why am I so depressed all the time? Like, why am I so sad? Why do I think of this stuff all the time? Because that's what you're pouring into your body. Think of people that become like that they find God, right? They get and I don't mean like God is in, a spiritual sense. I mean like they find religion, right? Like this happened to me. It's like part of the process, right? It's like, you start going to church and then it's like you start listening to like gospel music. When I started listening to gospel music, I didn't want to listen to anything else. I didn't want to hear no more rapping about bad words and bees that and ends this. And I just didn't want to hear it. Like, who wants to hear that after listening about how much God loves us, right? Like, it definitely went that way. And then for a while, I could only listen to like classical music because, like, what are you going to be able to, you couldn't put words in it, right? Now I think it's more frequency music. Frequency music is definitely the thing. Of course, I still love like lyrical music. I still listen to music on a regular basis. But yeah, like I can tell when there's like something I don't need to be watching or I don't need to be um, allowing in. And I feel like when you're awakened, you notice it more. Like you're being guided more, you're being shown more of what it is, like, why you don't need certain things, or you're being guided towards what you should or shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, watch, and I feel like that's the surrender part. That's the part where we have to put our free will down and understand that when spirit guides us, like Six of Swords type of energy, it's like spirit's guiding us to what's our greater good, what's best for us. It's our ego mind that thinks, oh no, Rosa knows what I want to watch, and this is much more fun, and this is, whatever, whatever. So that could definitely be the bridging energy. And guys, in case you're wondering, bridging energy is the current spiritual lesson. I always say it doesn't matter. Different people, different places, but it's the same lesson at the same time. Three of Swords comes out. It's healing. The Lovers comes out. And the King of Pentacles. It's like our responsibility to heal. It's kind of the energy I'm getting. The Lovers is my clue card for the twin flame journey, but the Lovers is actually not this, romantic fairy tale that kind of people make it out to be. It's more about choosing yourself, choosing to love and heal yourself. So it's like we need to make this decision, and we need to like take responsibility for our own healing work. That is going to be our current spiritual lesson. Interesting with this Taurus full moon. And then on the bottom, we have Ten of Swords. And Ten of Swords is like this energy of um, bringing a completion to years of challenges, right? Painful life cycle. All right, let's pull some guidance. And I think I'm going to do the Sacred Traveler. So Temperance came out first, Sagittarius. Death cards, Scorpio, the Lovers, Gemini, Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. Again, that's Jupiter energy. All right, so we have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Traveling lightly. I seen this one the other day. You guys remember? Simplifying your life. And miracles. Expect the wonders to emerge. On the bottom, infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. I've been seeing this card a lot as well. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's going to be your collective reading. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly. And then go check out that list. Yes, Diana, thank you. I feel like all of 2024 has taught me um, how to be more responsible with my finances, or has shown me where I'm not responsible with my finances. I feel like that could definitely be the case. All right. I forgot it's Sunday. We can do like our little relay. There we go. Sandra, comfort zone. Kit Kat, Sherry, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Name Tikwa, Michelle, and Victoria. Vanessa and It's interesting because I do feel like this energy um is kind of it's getting better. It's getting better. And I know that some of you are like, Rosa, how can you say that? I understand. I do. I really do. But here's what I know. I have been waiting for Pluto for since I learned about Pluto, really. And I can't even remember what year that was, honestly, anymore. But I just remember understanding the concept of what Pluto was going to do when it got here. And I knew that it meant we would have to rebuild, right? And in order to rebuild, there has to be a breakdown. And I think that's the part that has people upset or feeling a certain type of way about the current astrology is because it's like, oh well, we expected for things to start getting easier, like it's been hard for so long, and I get that. I understand that, I really do. But again, it's like I also understand the concept that we can't rebuild on top of trash, right? Like we can't rebuild on top of brokenness, right? Like we have to completely get down to the bottom and rebuild from the foundation up in order to have better, right? And so, although it seems scary and although it seems challenging, we're actually alive in this very, I don't know, pinnacle moment, right? Like we're alive in this moment in time that's going to go down in history books, and people are going to read about this for, they're going to teach their children about it. It's going to be something that makes, you know, oh, I almost said makes us great again. But you know what I'm saying. And honestly, I think it's funny that that's that person's, like theme or whatever, because that's really exactly what's going to happen one way or another. That is how it's going to go. Like that's, um, it's hard. It's hard not to like talk about it. But where my point is that as we go through these challenging times, for me, it's easier for me to look at the astrology and see that like right now, Pluto is going through this destruction, and it is impacting all these other transits, like all our full moon, Taurus full moon. But like for example, for those of you that have been struggling with your finances since let's say, oh, I don't know, like around 2008, that shit's coming to an end. That shit's coming to an end. It has nothing to do. One has nothing to do with the other. I know we want to believe that it does. Okay, I get that. But it doesn't. Again, that's just because I understand economics. I understand how our government works. So one is not going to have anything to do with the other. But I feel like some people don't understand our economics and like how our government works, so they're gonna believe that that's why things have gotten better. But I think because I'm awakening and my relationship with God, I don't really care anymore what people believe. That's on them. That's their journey. That's their lesson to learn. I know that it's because of this, right? So I'm excited to see the astrology that's coming in, and I understand that nothing's going to happen like overnight, but I can already start to see like, I like to call it the little trickling in of these energies. It's like I can already start to spot them. And it's like, and sometimes it's interesting because it's like if I don't spot them, it's almost like spirit taps me on the shoulder. It's like, hey, Rosa, there's one right there, right? And it's like, oh man, I don't know. And they're getting to be more and more and more, so like more consistent. All right, leaving your comfort zone. Trying to decide which ones I want to use. Mhm. And with leaving your comfort zone, we're going to clarify as well. All right, so this is Sandra. I probably should have said, yeah, and like she's already on top of it. I'm going to look at how are you being called to expand? How are you being called to expand? Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Experiencing grace. Are you being asked to give grace to others? It's leaving the comfort zone. This could be like um, letting yourself be vulnerable with others. The heart chakra, the flower, like the rose in his heart chakra space, is sticking out to me. All right, let's look at what's keeping you in this comfort zone. Lady Venus, downloads and understandings. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. I feel like this is okay, so that's actually happening, but maybe it didn't happen before, and it's Venus energy. It's giving really motherly energy. Um, I'm gonna ask you a question. You don't have to answer it, but do you feel like in the last year you have or so you have um received more guidance? It's like someone is now on the other side that wasn't there before. Um, so whoever you're having to give grace to, that is a struggle for you. Maybe they lied to you before. The truth, on is coming out energy. Um, and so it's like maybe that's why you have these boundaries. Maybe that's why you're not being really vulnerable or really open, or maybe that's why it's hard for you to give them grace. The downloads and understanding, I feel like there's something happening where like now you're receiving a lot of downloads and understanding. Now you're receiving a lot of information. You've been dealing with this energy for a long time. And before it was like you didn't have this extra information. It's like now this time around, something like that. Like now you have this extra information. But what kept you from like being able to offer grace to this person or this energy or open up to them or be vulnerable or like let the walls down? I feel like it's going to be like lack of information. Like you didn't know something. You didn't receive some information or some understanding of something. Again, the heaven and astral realm, it's like now you have extra assistance over there. Now you have more information coming All right, so what part of you is holding on to this energy? Look at this, Archangel Michael, trusting heaven, look, and then coming from heaven and the astral realm. You are safe, angels stand close, surrender your concerns, and allow a miracle to occur. I don't think that you struggle to know you have extra assistance over there, and I don't think that you struggle to feel this protection of Archangel Michael. But there's something. I feel like internally that you struggle when it comes to belief that this energy is protective at all times, or that you're safe at all times, or that you can open up to this energy, like where it says surrender your concerns. Right? How can you help yourself feel more safe in order to open up, in order to offer grace, in order to understand that you have this powerful protection? We have Freya, phases, and cycles. There's a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. The throat chakra. Before there wasn't as much communication as there is now. Before people didn't talk about their feelings as much as they do now. And that should give you some type of confirmation. There's also something about the picture, the lady in the picture sticking out to me. The crow is again protection. It's also a messenger. So it's like someone could have recently given you a message. I want to say it's of protection, but I think it has more to do with this energy over here. All right, I think the comfort zone is this energy of having this wall up. It's this energy of not allowing someone in, or it could be a lot of someone's, maybe like you're just really closed off. I feel like someone didn't tell truth before. You're struggling to trust someone now. So now I'm going to look at how will you benefit if you let go of this comfort zone. Krishna comes out. It's devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Oh my gosh, the goosebumps. Well, we all know that as twin flames, that's our purpose. It's what we're doing down here is we're actually learning, right? We're learning to love unconditionally. Um, I feel like this is confirmation of the journey that you're on. But the part where it says your commitment has been recognized, if you've put in some type of work, I feel like you're at this energy of reward. And I always say, like, this journey is never about the other person. I always feel like we're always in union, right? Like we come in this lifetime in union, we'll leave in union. Like we're never in separation. We only experience 3D separation. Um, and again, remember that your masculine is internal, so masculine and feminine is internal energies. But I do feel like you've done enough spiritual work, or you're following your spiritual guidance in a way that spirit could really open something up for you, especially something that maybe you have some fear with when it comes to allowing this energy some grace. All right, I'm going to clarify, and I'm just going to use, I think, some regular. I feel like spirit wanted me to use the tarot of the sweet twilight. But unfortunately, I feel like those cards are so dark and they're so hard to see. So I told Spirit, Um, I'm gonna need a brighter light, right? I'm gonna need a brighter light that doesn't cause me to melt. King of Swords, big confirmation comes out. King of Swords is authenticity, speaking truth. I think you're struggling to give someone grace that maybe lied to you previously, and it's like, if you lied to me before, what makes you like? Why would you not lie to me now? The Fool is here, leap of faith, and Nine of Swords. Processing trauma. There definitely could be some throat chakra. Like I know I've been a little sick and I've been dealing with like sore throat on and off and all of that, but there definitely could be like you need to say something, you need to speak something, you need to tell someone how much trauma this caused, whatever their lives, whatever their previous not truths were. Like it's caused some type of trauma that you're struggling to like be able to let go of. All right, Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. This is confirmation. This is Five of Cups. It's a loss. This is not any loss. This is definitely giving like other side, like despair, grief, sorrow. Page of Swords, someone's watching. The confirmation. King of Pentacles, maybe this is a dad. Maybe this is a grandpa. Maybe this is some type of masculine figure, authority figure, someone who was dependable, reliable. This is where you're getting the information now. All right, Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow miracles to occur. I feel like I've always told you, like since the very beginning, right? That I could always feel like those energies on the other side. Um, I feel like they've always been really strong compared to um, other people's like passed on loved ones. Um, Maybe that's just like our connection, whatever spirit put us together for. Very possible, but it's like it's always felt like highly, highly protected. Archangel Michael is the archangel that's assigned to those of us on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. Page of Pentacles, a new offer, a new beginning, a new journey, a new route. Two of Wands is about patience, waiting. There could be some expectations here. And a Six of Wands, victory, notoriety, wanting to be noticed, wanting someone to see something. All right, so the how you can help yourself feel safe card was the Freya phases and cycles. I feel like someone could have recently brought you a message about something that lets you see that like something's changed. This person is maybe more, I just burped, more authentic, um, confirmation, more authentic than before. There's something about the blonde hair, long blonde hair that's sticking out. But it's like the message has something to do with like that was the old, out with the old, in with the new, right? Like that was the old way. Something's newer, something's different. All right, so the Seven of Cups is here. It's about options. Eight of Cups is about walking away, walking towards your Two of Cups. There is a Tower. So whatever this person told you could be shocking, surprising. It could have something to do with equal effort. It could be like if it's like confirmation of something, then it's like it makes it easy to walk away and be like, okay, that's it, I'm done. Or it could just be like, hey, they've made different choices, done something different. It's not the same way, right? And if that could be shocking. All right, how it's going to benefit you: devotion, trust your spiritual guidance, your commitment has been recognized, Additionally, Eight of Swords, like self-restriction, you're able to break free from something. Seven of Pentacles, stuff that you've been waiting for patiently. King of Wands is here. King of Wands is about courage and action. Courage and action. Is it possible that you're waiting for someone else to take a courageous action? Temperance is on the bottom. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. It is slow moving energy. It is about healing. And I almost said each other, but it's about balance and healing. All right, I'm going to pull a guidance card. I am going to use the Sacred Traveler. Rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. All right, feel like that's wrapping it all up in one, right? I hope that was helpful. You do have a huge team up there, but I feel like this card right here, there's something about that card that man sitting in that chair. All right, Big Cat is next. Big Cat, say hi to me in the comments. Let me know that you waited so very patiently. Sandra, thank you so very much. I'll play our little video. And look, now I've learned something. There's our reading. We got this new streaming service, y'all, and I've been having to learn all the buttons. My next thing to try to figure out is how I can get the better mind hooked up. I'm still using, you guys would believe it, but my son gave me a pair of headphones back in 2020. I swear to goodness, um, that has a little like mic on it. And I've been using the same ones ever since. When we're on the phone, right? Now I did get me like a regular mic to fit on my computer. And I just didn't know how to use it for the longest time, so I just didn't use it. I finally learned how. And it's like the sound got better. And then now we had to change the service, the streaming service. And now she's talking about audio issues, so it might just sound weird. How bad is it? Look at this, super bad. Let's see. I mean, Alex, it's hard to understand. It might have been because I was moving around, though. Is it better now? I'm facing it. I'll try to clean up a little. Michelle said I thought it was my hearing aid. No, it's probably because I was moving around. Hopefully that's all it was. Is it still muffled, really? Alright, let me see what I can. Y'all, I can't be over here pushing buttons. Oh my god. Is everybody still there? Are your ears still intact? Mallory said it sounds like it's lagging. I hope it wasn't that bad the whole time. Michelle says there's often a slight lag on Facebook. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure everybody did. I could hear it so bad. I had to pull the mic out. She said all the animals bolted. We're probably just clearing out the room. Maybe somebody was in here didn't need to be in here. Mallory says it's better now. I hope so. Probably just had to clear out the room. We saw the Page of Swords card. Somebody was probably watching. Didn't need to be in here. Diane says much better now. I don't know. I didn't really do anything. One of those turn it off, turn it back on things. I'm not sure. Oh, Sandra, I hope you were able to hear your reading. I'm glad we caught it before we did too many. Much better? Better? Okay, yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I didn't do anything. Yes, definitely. Diana says spirit clearing something out. Most definitely. All right. First one is Kit Kat. And then Sherry, and then Brenda, Dream Sequa, Michelle, Victoria, Vanessa, and Diana. Is that right? Sandra says she heard it all. Good, good, good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's save a couple of spaces. So that shows I show 9. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did Sandra's. So let's save a couple spots. Let's try to stop or tap it off at 11. All right. And I'm assuming that we're doing the Taurus full moon. So that's going to be my assumption for the readings. If I call your name, please say hi to me in the comments. And if you want a general read, excuse me, or a talking to heaven read, please let me know right away. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a Taurus full moon reading, which I feel like right now we all need to be focused on our finances. So everybody should be doing the Taurus full moon reading. Mallory says I should be on there. Add Mallory. Okay. And did I miss her in the list? I don't want to like put her last. If she's not supposed to be last. Oh, no, Diana says is. All right, thank you. All right, Mallory, wait so very patiently with us. All right, Kit Kat. What material possession can you release? Do I want to pull a guidance after outcome? Okay, so I'm going to use tarot for the first 3. And then the outcome of Taurus full moon, I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So right now I'm looking at material possession that you can release. The Death card comes out, Scorpio energy. Um, so I mean, right away, people, there could be even be like a relationship, a person. I mean, he's stepping on the king. People are not a material possession, but it's definitely like a person, a relationship. It being a king or like his crown laying next to him is like maybe someone that had some authority, some type of control. And then the next thing that stuck out to me was um like the mansion in the background, right? So there could be some type of material possession, like something you need to release to make room for. It could be something to do with your home. All right, now I'm going to look at how you can be more authentic in your values. The Five of Wands comes out. Five of Wands talks about challenges. It's also training. You can tell people what you've been training for. You can show people your experience or what you know. All right, now I'm going to look at how things are shaping up financially. We have the Emperor. Wow. Stepping into power, the Strength card is on the bottom. Taking control of your finances. Leadership. You could be teaching others. You could have taken a position from someone. All right, outcome of the Taurus full moon. The growth card again in reverse. How interesting. And on the bottom, the beauty card. This is the card that I thought I had seen flipped. Okay, so here's why the growth card is in reverse, because you're disconnecting from something. Here's what I got. This could be like, let's say you have a job. You have been like controlled by someone who maybe wasn't giving you like your due credit, like maybe you were doing a lot of the work and they're taking the credit for, or maybe like you're doing a lot of work and you're not getting like reciprocate, like you're not getting raises, bonuses, you're not being noticed, valued, that type of thing. And it's like you went through this period, and it's like now with this Taurus moon, it's like you're leveling up in some way. So let's say this is a work situation. It's like the person that was ahead of you is getting out of the way, like taken out of the way. And now you're able to level up into that position. It's like you're ready, you're prepared, because the wands energy, it's like this is what you've been training for, right? And then you step up into this role. Now let's say this is not a work situation, like maybe you don't work, maybe you just stay at home, right? So what's happening here is like, again, in a home situation, is like someone had some type of authoritative energy over you. But you're like, I'm the one doing the work, I'm the one that's been training, I'm the one that's been experiencing all these challenges, I don't need anyone to be over me, I know how to step into this leadership role, right? I think the reason the growth card again was in reverse is because you were growing, you were connected to something, you were really deeply rooted in something, again, whether it was a work situation or a home situation. And it's like you've disconnected, you've cut that, you've now started doing it a different way, where you put yourself in a more powerful position. And the beauty card on the bottom is like, now you see why you had to do something a certain way. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. She says, I claim leveling up. I want to know, though, is it a work situation? Is there like somebody in your way? Because that's about to be moved. And it's not because like, oh, magic just comes and takes that competition out of the way. No, Five of Wands says you have prepared more, you've trained more, you went through more to get to that leadership role. Thank you, Kit Kat. All right, Sherry is next. Yes, Sherry, say hi to me in the comments. Kit Kat says, that's interesting. You gotta come back and tell me. You gotta come back. Somebody gets taken like out of the way, removed, and come back and tell me what it was. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but it'd be super cool if you did. All right, so Sherry is next, and we're doing Taurus Full Moon. How are you, Sherry? All right, material possession that you can release. Material possession or possessions that you can release. I feel like Spirit just pointed out that it's multiple. Ooh, look at that. Much. It's the world. It's everything. There's this energy definitely of out with the old and with the new. And it is an energy again of like it's a major arcana of the world. So again, the world is about new opportunities. So it's like you could have some new opportunity, and you need to move with that new opportunity, right? Go with the flow of things and release anything like from the past or attaching you to something, a past cycle. All right, how you can be more authentic in your values. You know how we're going to be more authentic, y'all? We're going to talk about them more. We're going to talk about them more, and we're gonna hold people accountable, and we're going to make sure that their words match their actions, right? Two of Pentacles comes out. So this energy is kind of reminding me, I made the shorts one time, Sherry, and it said, like, I think it was more talking about morals and not necessarily values, but it's kind of the same thing here. It's like, you can't, it's like your values have to be the same, whether you have a whole lot of something or you feel like you don't have enough of something. It's kind of that energy like you would do the same thing if someone was watching or if someone wasn't watching. That's going to be that energy. But it's Two of Pentacles, so it's lack energy. It's like I don't have enough of something. So it's like Spirit wants you to be authentic in a way that you're this way, whether there's not enough of something right now or there's an overflow or abundance of something. All right, how are things shaping up financially for Sherry? We have the Four of Pentacles coming out. So there's definitely some type of restriction. I got it right away with that first card. Okay, so Sherry, here's what this moon is going to do. Are you ready? You're holding on to something. This could be actual physical money. A lot of times when our budget is tight or when we're going through some major transition, right? A job or moving or, whatever it is, It's like we think, well, I've got, $500 in my bank account and I need to hold on to that $500 for as long as I can, right? And I understand, I really do. I was that person. I understand why we believe things to be that way. Since then, I've learned about energy. I've learned about frequency. I've learned that there is a flow, a natural flow to energy. I've learned that when we restrict, like it's not money going, man, I don't want to be with Sherry. I don't like Sherry. Money is not sitting somewhere going, man, I got to make sure not to land in Sherry's wallet. You see what I'm saying? That's not happening. You see what I mean? So if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I've only got this $500 that I've been saving and it's all I got. And I don't got nothing because I can't go get it because I can't spend it, right? I just got to hold on to this 500. I'm just using this as an example. But it's like, I'm just, I got to hold on to this. Then it's like nothing comes in, nothing extra comes in. You can't spend anything. You can't, no money is going out. Nothing new is coming in. There's no flow. It's just you holding on to something super tight. So something could be happening with this Taurus full moon that's going to allow you to like let go, let that grip, that resistance go. And it's like the moment you let that go, you're going to start to see how things flow in and out, up and down, right? And it's like this Taurus full moon, I think a lot of us struggle too with understanding that like it's okay. I feel like we have some type of like sacral chakra energy, like shame, guilt, or remorse when we feel like we're not being thrifty enough, or we're not budgeting enough, or we're not saving enough, right? It's kind of the energy it's giving. Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion. It could be also intuitive hits, but I think it's possible that you're seeing like the universe is giving you signs that yes, things have been very restricted, very minimal. But it's like you're starting to understand the concepts, or like your belief systems are starting to change when it comes to how energy flows, right? Especially when it comes to money, finances. All right, let's look at the outcome of the Taurus full moon. Outcome of the Taurus full moon. Ooh, Sherry, you don't get to know. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Whenever I see the unexpected card, whatever you think is not going to happen, that's usually what happens. It's usually something good. Like we always think like, oh, well, I can't, get that big raise, or I'm not going to land that big job, or, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the thing, right? All right, Sherry, I hope that was helpful. All right, Brenda. Brenda on YouTube, say hi to me in the comments. Sherry says, always expect the unexpected. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Brenda on YouTube. Actually, the opposite. The opposite of that. Mallory says, so set and think to yourself, I'm not going to be a millionaire. The opposite. There we go. All right. It's actually the opposite, Mallory. You want to be Delulu. That's why all the Delulu, spiritual, Lulu, Lala, happy people are like coming more into their own, right? You see all of them on YouTube and TikTok. Um, yeah, I don't know. You gotta be Lulu Lala. All right, Brenda, give me just a moment. All right, can you guys hear me? Let me know that you can hear me okay. I totally had to mute and get this cough out. Have mercy. Michelle says, your thoughts create your reality. That's what I always hear. It's so true. So true. I just noticed that the chat overlay is so delayed. That's interesting. All right, Brenda. What material possession can you release? Ooh, the High Priestess. It's interesting. The High Priestess is anything but a material situation. I mean, I guess not, because it is about abundance. All right, so Brenda, is it possible that you've manifested in a whole lot of something? What are you gathering a whole bunch of? Is it books? Do you have a stack of a whole bunch of books somewhere? I do feel like Spirit is asking you to, I see the laptop, so it's almost like putting, there's something about like paper into files, maybe. There's something about condensing something. All right, let's look at how you can be more authentic with your values. Taurus full moon energy. The Fool. There's something here about not being attached to anything, being able to take that leap of faith. It's like all she needs is her purse and her best friend. Oh, and she's got her phone, of course, playing some music. All right, let's look at how things are shaping up financially. How things are shaping up financially. Look at this, 9 of Cups coming out. This is divine wishes being granted. This energy is not quite here. You may see some things have been trickling in. But the High Priestess tells me that you have intuition of this. It's like, you know, if you can just let everything go, that these divine wishes will be granted. Brenda, remind me, if you can remember, where is Taurus for you? What do you remember what house, or do you remember like what planets? Who all in here has a Taurus moon? I know a couple of you said something at the beginning. All right, Brenda, outcome of the Taurus full moon. Ooh, look at this. Hot moon, number 34, it's extremes. It's a very passionate, this is like the Aries moon. It's very passionate energy. It's like things can get very intimate with this moon. Very fiery, very passionate, with this moon. But it's also the energy that talks about like not letting your feelings or your emotions control your actions. So that could be key as well. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Dream Sequa is next. Dream Sequa, say hi to me in the comments. I think this full moon, it could be a little bit like the energy that we've been feeling, because you know we've received a lot of like shock and surprise this week, and it's this energy of like, oh my gosh, this again, right? And I do feel like that's what this full moon is going to bring up for us, is this energy like, oh my gosh, this again. But it is so that you can take care of it once and for all. And this one, you know, pretty important for a lot of us because it's, you know, about our finances. All right, Dream Sequa. Or I guess, you know, material things. I shouldn't say it's about our finances, but I feel like for the most of us, it's about our finances. All right, Dream Sequa. Let me know that you're here, waited so very patiently. And yes, thank you everyone who's hanging out and waiting. I knew you were a Taurus sun sign. Look, moon sign and Venus. Love it. Love it, love it. I wasn't brave enough just to say it. I feel like I've done so many birth charts that like after a while, unless I really sit and focus and try to remember like that person's specific chart in my mind, yeah, like they start to blur together. You know what I mean? There's just so many of them. All right, I'm not seeing Dream Sequel, but I know that we're struggling with a little bit of a delay. We are definitely in the shadows of Mercury retrograde. Have mercy. In the shadows, but it's not the shadows. I don't know why I said shadows. Yeah, wishful thinking, I guess. All right, so I'm not seeing Dream Sequel, but I know she's still here. But let's call Michelle. Michelle, let me know if you're still here. Maybe it's me, like maybe I just have a delay. I mean, that's very possible. I feel like I'm seeing, first there was like a delay over on the overlay chat, and now it's like I have a delay in my chat. They're all popping up on the overlay, but not in my chat box. Oh, look, I see her. She's like, "Do you guys see me?" I see it in the overlay Dream Sequa, but I'm not getting it. Let me hit some buttons. I know, right? I see it, Dana. It's like, reload your page. I wonder why it's doing that. It's okay though. I mean, I can see it in the overlay. It's definitely going to be like user error, I'm sure. She's like, "Do you guys see me?" I'm sorry, Dream Sequence. All right, Taurus full moon. doing it to me again. That is so weird. I don't know, y'all. I probably hit a button somewhere. All right, Spirit's telling me to focus. Okay, Dream Sequel, what material possession can you release? What material possessions will you be releasing? Taurus, full moon. Ooh, we have Ten of Cups coming out. Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family. So it could have something to do with a home situation. That could be material possessions that's being released. Definitely could be, separation. Like splitting up people's items. This is yours, that's mine. All right, how you can be more authentic in your values. We have Ace of Pentacles, new offer, new beginning. Starting over. Something wasn't in alignment here, right? So it's like to be more authentic. It's like you start something over, begin again, a new journey, new beginning. How are things shaping up financially? How are things shaping up financially? Taurus, full moon. Page of Wands. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Two of Pentacles is on the bottom. You could be feeling like things are stretched. There's not enough of something. All right, let's talk about that Page of Wands because it's just the beginning. This is just the very first something. It gets bigger, it grows, there's more. Page of Wands actually represents spiritual awakening, like the beginning of your spiritual awakening. And I always say pages are students, so like not at their fullest potential. There's a lot more to learn here. There's a lot more to grow here. It's just definitely the very, very beginning of something. All right, Dream Sequel, outcome of the Taurus full moon. You have change. Look at the resistance on the bottom. I like the change card in Queen of the Moon. It's number 35, and it talks about how you can see like she's kind of pushing with her legs and her arms. And I've always said since I first got the Queen of the Moon Oracle, I always said it looks like, she has the opportunity, like the moon is bringing this change in. And it's like she has the opportunity to resist that change, which is what we saw on the bottom. Like, no, I don't want to do this. Or you can use the change that is happening to like it looks like she's getting ready to do like this backflip, right? Like you can use this change, like the power or the force that's coming with this change to catapult yourself into the change that you want, or into the experience that you want, or into the new you that you want when it comes to this situation. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. What's wrong? Is it the sound again? Oh, like when I couldn't see her? I mean, yeah, possible. But sounds okay? Like her reading came out okay? The chat, I don't know what it is. It could be tech issues, but I feel like I don't want to quickly blame something on Mercury retrograde. Because it is a new streaming service, so it's like I'm not really good at. I haven't learned all the buttons yet. Thank you, Dream Sequel. All right, Michelle on Facebook. Yes. Yes, it's not. It's doing it to me on all the platforms. Yeah, Mercury's Mercury. For real, y'all. For real. This is the last one though. Last one. When's it over? December 15th. I think it's over December 15th. There's Michelle. All right. Taurus, full moon. October 25th, right? That's when Mercury went into retrograde, I'm pretty sure. Until December 15th. So it's like all of November, massive delays, communication errors, technology issues, and oh my goodness, the X's. All right, Michelle, the first thing I'm looking at, what material possessions can you release? What is it that is stagnant? What is it that you're just kind of holding on to? It's collecting dust, it's taking up room. You need to make room for something new. Ooh, the Empress comes out. How interesting. I mean, honestly, I just see a bunch of couch pillows. Michelle, do you got a bunch of couch pillows? Do we need to limit the couch pillow? I do see the crystals in the background. I think it's going to be all of the uh, ooh, okay. This is something that happens. Do y'all ever notice that I change the table all the time? And I know you're thinking, well, it's so that we can see the cards better, Rosa. Okay. Sometimes that is the case, but most of the time I change the table around or move things around because energy gets stagnant and things can hold energy. Um, I don't think spirit's necessarily saying get rid of your spiritual things, material items. If you're collecting a bunch of something, then yes, I feel like it's going to be the story, like I told at the beginning of the story about Amelia getting all the extra Barbie dolls. So I was like, now you got to go through your old Barbie dolls and give it to someone who can, have joy and whatever with these dolls, right? It's something like that, but it's also giving like there's something that is holding a lot of energy, a lot of heavy energy. So it's like your spiritual things may need some cleansing, like some deeper cleansing. I know we like to put our rocks out, like for the moon. And that's more of like an energetic type of thing. It's like it fills it up. But there's some different cleansing routines that Spirit may be saying to do with your spiritual material items. All right, let's see how you can be more authentic in your values. More authentic in your values, Taurus full moon theme. Again, Two of Pentacles coming out. Again, it's going to mean the same thing like Sherry got. I think it was Sherry. It's that energy where it's like you feel like there's not enough of something. You could be feeling like you're being pulled in too many directions. But regardless, it's a lack energy. The infinity sign is sticking out to me always. But it's this energy like it's super easy to be in gratitude when there's a whole bunch of something. And it's harder to be in gratitude when there's just a little of something. And Spirit could be saying here that it doesn't take a whole lot of something to do the same job. Like you may need to minimize something because it doesn't take like the extra. There's something about like having extra. All right, let's look and see how things are shaping up financially. Taurus full moon. I've been doing a lot of sage cleansing and I found my Palo Santo. I moved around this summer, right? Like I went from here to there to here. Um, and I lost my Palo Santo for a minute. I was like, what in the world? But it's from where I was doing the lives in the car out at the lake, and I would cleanse with it out in the car. So I totally found it in like a little plastic bag that I had in my console. All right, how things are shaping up financially. I love it. Three of Cups comes out. And Three of Cups is soul tribe, soul family. There could be a lot of people involved when it comes to your finances. There could be a card that's saying too many people telling you what to do. But I immediately picked up soul family, soul tribe, collective energy, like minds. That's always wonderful energy. But again, Three of Cups can be like too many people involved. Someone's telling too many people telling you what to do. Too many people's hands in the pot is actually what it means. And Ace of Cups is on the bottom, excuse me. Ace of Cups is intuition, overflow of emotion. It's also like Ace of Cups is like, I remember Minnow Pond. It's like when you just need to spit something out. Like you just need to, you know what I'm saying? Just get rid of it. I can't believe I just made that noise. All right, here we go. Outcome of the Taurus full moon. Self-reflection comes out. It's number 17. Full moon is sticking out strongly. It's actually the waxing or waning gibbous moon, but pretty darn close. The 17 is sticking out, so the number could be significant, Michelle. The twin energy could be significant because we're seeing the mirror. But there's something about self-reflection, inner child, and there's something about the way that they're holding hands that's sticking out to me as well. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Hope that was helpful. Thank you, Michelle. All right, Victoria is next. Victoria is here. And then I have Vanessa, Diana, and Mallory. Thank you, Michelle. All right, Victoria. Material possession that you can release. Nine of Cups came out. Divine wishes being granted. Her dress is what's sticking out to me. The curtain behind her is sticking out to me. It could have something to do with clothing. I'm definitely getting out with the old and with the new type of energy here. You could be wishing for something. Victorian Spirit saying out with the old and then the new will be able to come in. How you could be more authentic in your values. We have the Hierophant. This is about your spiritual beliefs. More authentic is going to be showing others spiritual beliefs. It's showing others how you've healed through your spirituality. And the reason I know that, Taurus energy strongly here, but it's the Hierophant, and there's always keys in front of the feet of the Hierophant. If you look on all the Hierophant cards, there's going to be a set of keys. The keys represent your spiritual journey, your spiritual cleansing. It kind of represents, like, for example, I have that purple tarot cards that I like to clarify with, and the keys are black, and that's more about like shadow work. When the keys are golden, there's white keys as well, but it's like when the keys are golden, like there's this energy of ascension to a certain level. And there could be people around you that need some type of guidance or like to be shown how to deal with certain things, certain traumas. How to use the spiritual belief system to heal from traumas. It's a very powerful card to get in that position, Victoria. That position and this reading at this time, pretty powerful. All right, how are things shaping up financially? How are things shaping up financially? Taurus full moon. The sun is coming out. Something's getting illuminated. A light is being shined onto something, but the sun is giving a little bit of a victory, especially her riding in on the horse with the victory flag. There could be something new as well. Child sticking out. And the sunflower is representing kindness. Someone could be being kind or generous. All right, let's look at the outcome. Taurus full moon. Realization. There's something about the key. Getting the key to something. Being able to open something. Understanding. Realizing. I feel like the Taurus full moon is going to give you the key to something. May even be a physical key. I mean, it stuck out to me right away. It could be something that you're wishing for. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Vanessa. Vanessa is next. Himani joining us on Facebook says, my business is not doing well. It is about clothes. How interesting. The dress stuck out. The dress. And Victoria's reading. All right, Vanessa, say hi to me in the comments. Absolutely, we can, Diana. Thank you, Victoria. That's fine. We can put Himani on there. Right now, I'm looking for Vanessa. Vanessa, Diana, Mallory, and Himani. I'm not sure what day I'm going to do the elements, fire, water, earth, air. I've been trying to do this marathon thing where I'm doing them all in one day so I can catch the algorithm. I don't think it's necessarily working. I don't think it's working because I'm only doing it on one day. You know what I mean? I feel like it might work if I did like 3 videos 3 times a day. You know what I mean? Like 3 videos 3 times a week or something like that. Or 3 videos a day 3 times a week. Something like that might catch that little robot sucker. But I think unfortunately just the one day 3 videos, like it's not cutting it. It's not doing it. And my schedule has changed, y'all. My schedule has changed. That's why we're doing these at 8 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. We had daylight savings, and 9 p.m. was just kicking my butt. Like, I couldn't stay up that late. I have to get up super early now, so it's like 4 a.m. rise and shine around here, which I'm super, super grateful for. It is something that I manifested. It is something that I wanted. Spirit, I won't say wanted, but Spirit does tell me that the early bird does get the worm. So I'm trying to figure out how to do the element readings. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to go back to 5 live streams per week. And I know that
Uh, I would like to, for the most part, through like especially with the elements, I'd like to have them done earlier in the day. So I don't know, just kind of keep an eye on the community tab or the channel, and I feel like I'm probably gonna change that schedule up a little bit. Maybe we'll do like fire and water on one day and earth and air on another day. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. I think I'm gonna stick with our little marathon, trying to get them all done in one day for this week. But I think after this week, um, actually that's not true. This week and next week, because after that I'm going on my little vacay to Sandra's. I'm so ready, y'all. I'm so ready to sit by the river and just listen to the trickling of the water, and I just need peace and quiet. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking ready. But then when I get back from Sandra's, when I get back, that's probably when we're gonna change it up and get on a more set schedule. Please remember, those of you that signed up for our astrology course, our astrology class, um, I've been calling it the PLR Astro Community. That is going to be over on my website. Please remember, we do have our second meeting, our second class on November 18th. November 18th. So that is also before I take my trip. And the Etsy shop, I believe the sale is going on through November 18th. November 19th, that is when Pluto is moving into Aquarius, right? That's really when everything is. I feel like we're all going to feel a pretty big shift in energies. And that is the week that I'm going on my trip. So, again, just super excited to get a little bit of a break. I'm not sure how we're going to be doing the live streams the week that I'm in Missouri. I honestly do not know. I know that I'm supposed to be doing a live stream while I'm in Missouri. So, while I'm with Sandra. I would like to do one where I can get us all on camera so we can all see some faces. That is what Spirit has been telling me. And I know that I would like to do some type of live sale while I'm there. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go down or how we're going to plan that out, but I'm not gonna get all into like the details and all that. I just want it to be something fun and exciting that we get to do, right? Like I don't want us to get all stressed out about it or anything like that. But yeah, so that is my plans, I guess, for the next couple of weeks. I just wanted to share with everybody if you've been wondering like what's going on and why the live streams have been a little bit different or a little bit different times. So yes, 8 p.m. is now our evening time. Sunday night is always love and astrology. I am going to try to keep that as consistent as possible, as long as possible. But we have moved up to 8 p.m. Just because 4 a.m. comes pretty early. Um, and then Thursday night, I'd like to leave Thursday night as well. I feel like that's an easy night for us all to get together. I kind of like leaving it open right now where we did a pick a card. We've done a Celtic cross. Yeah, we've done a couple of different things on Thursday night. So I like being able to change it up. So again, I'm not sure how we're going to get the elements in there, but we'll worry about that probably the beginning of December, maybe the week after Thanksgiving, something like that. Get us a schedule put down. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I just feel like I needed to get all of that cleared up. All right, y'all. Remind me where we are. Are we with Diana? Were we waiting for Vanessa? Did we ever see Vanessa? Sandra says maybe a crystal giveaway. Yes, that sounds fun. I love it. Sandra says the lodge has good Wi-Fi. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Diana. Yeah, Michelle's saying that she hasn't seen Vanessa. If she comes back, just let me know. Just let me know, ladies. But let's go ahead and do Diana. Say hi to me, Diana, in the comments. And Diana requested the angels and ancestors for guidance. And then Mallory is after Diana. Mallory says, if you're going to be that close, we should meet up. What do you mean that close? Girl, aren't you like all the way in Kansas or something? What do you mean that? I'm only going a couple of hours. It seems it's only a few hours away. It's not that far. I'm not like going to Colorado or nothing. If I go to Colorado, I will definitely hit you up. I'll let you know that I'm heading out that way. But I'm just saying, we're just going down the road just a little ways. There she is. All right. Oh, I know why he was thinking. When I would travel to Colorado, we would go through Missouri, of course, and then Kansas. I remember telling people we went on this one trip one time, um, and my ex would do this thing where he would want to drive as long as he could, right? Like as long as he can, and then we stay like whatever hotel we find, right? And we used to be fans of the Super 8. Like that was, 'cause we had three boys, can be very expensive, right? Um, and I remember one time, like we drove as far as we could, and then we stopped and I pulled up, like I got my phone and I was like Super 8 near me, right? And I found one and I took us straight to it. And I just remember feeling like everything was really odd. I remember feeling like off about things. Of course, it was in the middle of the night, when we're getting there. And it just felt kind of sketchy, right? Like there was people outside the hotel as we're going up to get our room and stuff. And the next morning, I noticed that like it was really quiet. It was almost like a ghost town. Like there wasn't very many people. You didn't see people. It was like a big city too. So I was like, where's all the people at? Like, why is it so quiet? I mean, it was like 6 a.m. We were getting up pretty early to get back on the road. We had a pretty good ways to go still, but it was like, where's all the people? You know what I'm saying? And I remember seeing like buildings like boarded up, and I was like, oh my gosh, what part of town did we decide to stay on? You know what I mean? And then my kids were like, Mom, you don't know where we're at? And I was like, no, I don't know. Like where, we drove until we got tired and then we just stopped. Apparently we had picked Ferguson, Missouri, like right after all the riots and after all the stuff had happened. I brought my sons there and we stayed the night in a Super 8 in like downtown Ferguson, Missouri. She's like, I'm 2 hours from Missouri. I understand. You're probably 2 hours from the Missouri line. I don't even know why you're so far out there. You used to be like right down the road. Do you like it out there? Is it better? Is it better than Tennessee? All right, Diana, here we go. What material possessions can you release? Taurus full moon. What's stagnant? What's taking up space? What needs to be removed so you can make room for new material items? Ooh, Queen of Wands and Knight of Cups. Queen of Wands, I normally is confidence, but there's the sunflower stuck out right away. Knight of Cups, a little bit of a player energy. This is someone, this person struggles to make a commitment. You're holding on to something, and maybe you're struggling to be kind to this person or this energy, but it's like you're holding on to something. This is giving, like, I'll hold on to this thing in hopes that they'll return and be better. That's kind of what it's giving. They weren't better when they left because it was like you were struggling to be kind to this energy. But you have something of this energy. It's going to be a material thing that you need to release. It's like it's gathering dust. The person has not returned better. I wouldn't say they haven't returned, but you still, maybe they returned, but it's like you still struggled to be kind. So it's like they didn't return better. All right, Knight of Cups again, like it's that player energy. Like they don't know how to love themselves, so they take their cup of love around trying to get people to fill their cup. All right, how you can be more authentic. How you can be more authentic. The Justice card is here. And there's something here about like sitting up on the throne that's sticking out to me on both of these cards. How you can be more authentic, fighting for the underdog type of energy, speaking up for others is coming out with the Justice card. Speaking up for injustice, speaking out against injustice. How are things shaping up financially? How are things shaping up financially? Taurus full moon. Seven of Swords is a leveling up energy. Seven of Swords is an energy that says you could be getting some type of finances with this Taurus full moon, and Spirit saying keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Like you don't need to tell anyone whatever this energy is about. And immediately felt this leveling up. So this could be like, let's say you get a raise or a promotion or you get some type of bonus, and it's like not everyone gets one. So we don't need to, share that information with everyone. All right, outcome of Taurus full moon. I'm going to use the angels and ancestors. Ooh. Animal guardian, trust your instincts, and traveler, move in a new direction. I do feel that the Taurus full moon is going to allow you to remove any type of stagnant clutter, stagnant something you're holding on to in hopes of. And I think that when you remove that, it like makes room. You're not waiting for that anymore. So it's like now it allows you to move in a different direction. I do get some sense of leveling up because you have been fighting for the underdog or like standing up for injustices, but Spirit is saying like keep that information quiet. It's very possible it's something like not everyone gets to experience that energy, but whatever this is could definitely like give you the needed resource to be, or the needed clarity or needed understanding to be able to move in a different direction. All right, Diana, I'm gonna leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. The trust your instincts card. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, we almost crashed. Definitely sticking out though. All right, Mallory, you are next. Diana says, yes, time to let go and move forward. I feel like we all feel it instinctively. You know what I mean? Like we all feel the shift in energy, this Pluto, and the very just edges of Capricorn. It's like we understand that something new is coming, something that we're about to experience that we've never experienced before. And I think before, like this energy as it was coming, it was like it was scary and it had us nervous and anxious. And now just like everything else, the more it's illuminated, right? So it's like now, as we're closer to this energy, it feels like, oh, this isn't scary at all. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I wanted, right? It's giving that type of vibe. All right, Mallory says, hey, hey. All right, so Taurus full moon, Taurus full moon. All right, so the first thing I'm looking at is material possessions that you can release. I talked about it earlier in the live. I said a lot of times we hold on to things because we're scared to let them go. Like, for example, money. Let's say you don't have a lot of money, so you hold on to money and you restrict the flow of energy. If you feel like you don't have a lot of something, it's like that's what you keep drawing to yourself, like more shortage, like not enough. All right, so what material possessions can you release? Can you make room for? What's gathering dust? What has become stagnant? We have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about learning to become your own resource. So this could be saying old resources have dried up, become stagnant. That could be what needs to be released. There's something about the I don't even know what this is. Like the yard, the grass, like the exterior. Something needs to be simplified. The rabbit is sticking out to me. It's not even about simplified. It's like expanded, made room for. Maybe you had one main resource, like one main person or one main place that you got support from. The mountains in the back are like giving this energy of like struggle. One mountain climb after another. You could be replacing a major source of income that allows you to buy material things. Again, it's like it's run dry. Like it's not providing like it did before. The Taurus full moon could illuminate maybe how how it's not providing how it did before, but like what path to take to find new resources. How you can be more authentic with your values. The Lovers comes out. That's interesting, Mallory. The Lovers is going to be a difficult decision that we make when we choose to love and heal ourselves so that we can come into union whole. Strong Gemini energy there. It's possible there's some type of relationship. There's another energy other than your own. And how you can be more authentic with your values is by showing others how you heal yourself. Like if you want a healed person in a relationship, like someone who's emotionally stable, who's committed, who's compassionate and understanding, all of this kind of stuff, then it's like you have to be able to show those energies in return. All right, how things are shaping up financially, we have Four of Pentacles coming out. So restricted. Again, restrict, not enough of something. And it's like you have four left, so you're just holding on to them for dear life. So it's definitely giving that energy again. Like I use an example. I can't remember whose reading it was now, but I was like, let's say you got $500 and you don't know when the next whatever is coming in. So you're like, I'm just going to hold on to this $500 as long as possible. But then you go out without, all these things that you needed that $500 could have gotten you, but you held on to it because you thought this is all you're ever going to have. And if you're putting that energy out into the universe, like this is all I'm ever going to have. Well, I mean, at this point, 2024, like we do have to start to understand the concept that our thoughts create our reality, literally. So it's like if you're always in this thought that there's not enough of something, so I got to hold on to this really tight, then there's always not going to be enough of something, and you're always going to be holding on to those same four pinnacles really, really tightly. It's like I don't know, like we have scientists involved now, right? Working with frequencies and energies and the flow of these things, right? So it's like the moment you release, I'll give you an example. Um, so I'm trying to go on this trip, on this vacation, right? And I have this number that I need to be able to go. Like I need to be able to pay my bills for this month. I need to be able to have gas to get there. I need to be able to have some spending money while I'm there. I need to be able to come back and have my bills covered when I get back, right? So there's a lot to do to have covered to be responsible, right? To take this trip. So what I did at first was I got the money that I needed to take the trip, and I was like, okay, I got it. I'm holding on to this money. I'm putting it in my savings, and nobody's touching it, right? And then other things started to happen, and I needed to tap into that money. I was like, what the crap? Like, how am I supposed to take this trip? I'm having to tap into this money. And Spirit immediately was like, well, what makes you think that more won't come? Like, why is it this is all there is? You have from now until this date. Like, why is there not more coming in between this time? I was like, oh, yeah, duh. At this point, I know that if I spend $20 on this thing, $20 is coming back to me, if not times more, right? And I'll tell you what else I've realized and learned. And I know this sounds like Lulu Lala. I don't care what it sounds like. I know it works, and I've been seeing like more examples, like proven to me that it works. But if I spend $20, okay, let's say I spend $20 on a bill, um, $20 will come back to me. Okay, in some shape, way, or form, that $20 I got to sit on that bill, that's coming back to me. Now, let's say I spent $20 on a donation to a fundraiser for some project that someone is doing, right? Some humanitarian effort, some service effort, some giving, not getting, right? Giving. I promise you that $20 will come to me back to me times three every freaking single time, every time. So be cautious where you spend your energies, but understand that they always come back to you, and they come back to you in multiple ways, depending on where you're putting it, like where you're releasing it to. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I feel like there's something here about an old resource has dried up. Like you're not able to pull from it anymore. And it's like now you're having to learn to become your own resource. There's definitely some stagnant energies here, like holding on to something because you think there's not enough. And it's like the moment you release that fist that you have clenching this coin, it's like and you have faith and knowing that I'm gonna send this out into the world and more is gonna flow back towards me, then that's what happens. Taurus full moon. All right, outcome of the Taurus full moon. I'm going to go back to the Queen of the Moon oracle. We have the void, so a complete starting over. It is this energy. Growth is on the bottom. I feel like you're not going to like this. This is a little bit of a pause and reflect. It's also a little bit of the foundation has to be completely rebuilt. So in other words, like you thought something was this way, and now you're learning that you have to make it a new way. A lot of times when we get into this void card, we have these feelings of, um, you know, lost, not sure where the next step is or like where the next coin is going to come in. Spirit is saying this is going to be a time to rest, a time for you to grow in your faith and your beliefs of um, different material items, right? So that you can remove all of the old stagnant beliefs that aren't serving you, so that you can move into more newer, positive beliefs that will help you grow what I believe to be your finances. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, that was Mallory. Himani, let me know that you waited so very patiently. I love that. Sandra said it perfect. Balance of giving and receiving. So very true. So very true. Do we see Himani? Mallory says, girl, you are right on the money. I love you. Just know that everybody is going through like a reset when it comes to our finances, our resources. Um, the old way is done. The old way is done. So many people, and I know it's going to sound like just so way out there, but if you just do a little research, you will see that so many people are walking away from these life sucking jobs. You know what I'm trying to say? And they're going off and creating their own businesses, getting their LLCs. I mean, it's becoming more and more and more popular. And what's interesting is it's Pluto. Okay, Pluto is here. But what's interesting, if you go back to when we first made America, like when this country was first made, it was made on that notion that you could come here and you could create a company, a business, and you could provide for yourself, and governments couldn't hold you down or take from you. Do y'all remember the Boston Tea Party? I'm just saying. And how interesting that here we are, Pluto is back around, making this, once in our lifetime transit. And it's like, this is the return of Pluto for the United States. So it's like, there's this massive end of an era here, and we're kind of all experiencing this end of an era very strongly in our finances. It's like we built our finances up, we built our thing up working for companies and businesses and whatever, and taking paychecks home and paying taxes until it got to be as bad as it was now in 2024. And now here we just had this election, and we're about to have a complete destruction of this era, this um the all the bullshit that they compounded on what the original belief or idea was for America, all the crap that they put on top of it and made it so much, not what it was intended to be. We're about to see all of that wiped out, and then it be done again, right? Again, going back to the original idea, which was to be able to come here and follow your dreams and create your own resources and live in, happiness and joy and, all the things, right? All right. I'm not seeing Himani. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you guys so very much coming in here and hanging out with me. Please remember that this is Taurus Full Moon. Taurus Full Moon is going to come in on November 15th, y'all. Very powerful last super moon of 2024. It is going to impact your finances and your belief system on your finances. It's also going to help you accept change that is here, whether that is, again, leaving an old job, starting your own business, learning to become your own resource, right? Learning where to find new resources. All of that is what's changing with this very powerful last supermoon of 2024. However, when I do read for fire, water, earth, and air, we are going to be looking at the week of the 17th, I believe it was, 17th through the 23rd. And we're going to talk more about the 19th. The 19th is that very important day where Pluto moves into Aquarius. I feel like you're going to hear a lot of people talking about this energy. Some people are going to give you doomsday. Oh my gosh, it's awful. If you made it through November 5th, nothing else can take you out. You understand me? If you made it through that transition and you realize, oh my God, this is what I've aligned myself to, and you're still kicking and you're still pushing forward on your awakening journey, you're going to be just fine. I promise you that. I'm glad to be here at this time. I'm so like honored to be here when these energies are being completely demolished so that they can be rebuilt in a more proper way. Right. I think we really need to try to stick with seeing the positive in the situation, especially as we move through these energies. But again, November 19th comes in, and I feel like that's really when you're going to start to see Pluto being more of a helpful energy instead of now we've completely destruction, now we've completely tore it down. After the 19th is when you're going to start to see the rebuild, right? And I think that's really going to be a lot easier for us to be more hopeful and more positive, right? All right. I hope to see everyone soon. Again, Tuesday we'll be back, I'm sure, with the zodiacs. If not Tuesday, I'll do it Wednesday. And then Thursday night, we'll come back and do something fun. So just keep an eye out on our community tab, and I will try to go ahead and post them ahead of time so you guys can join me. If you are not able to join me for the element sign readings, please don't worry. I will always put timestamps in. And it does definitely help our watch time when you check out those videos and use those timestamps. All right. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.